What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get into the strategy on the secret on how to pass your prop firm challenge or just how to trade like a legend and use risk management correctly, we're going to quickly look at the 5%ers. This is a crazy prop firm and it has a very nice program that you can look at. It's called the Bootcamp program. So it is very affordable, low entry challenge that you can do to test your trading skills. So I've personally bought myself a 5k account with the 5%ers to test it out and I'm already trading it. But guys, when I saw this bootcamp program, it is insane. So let's quickly look at it. Where it starts at, if you want to scale up to $100,000 and it only costs you $95 to start, you start with these steps and scale up all the way to $100,000 as you hit profits. So if you want to go down into the scaling plan, you can actually see how it works. So let's say you start with the 20k dollars and you hit your profit target of $1,000, you get paid out a 50% ratio. Okay, so you get 50 and the 5% takes the rest. And this goes on every time you hit a profit target. You scale up more and more, and the percentage that you get from your profit gets more and more. So you can see the more you scale up to $4 million, you will later on receive 100% of the profit. So you can, for a very small amount, scale up all the way to 4 million if you trade correctly and use the risk management tools that I'm going to teach you now in this video. So guys, check out the 5%ers. They have crazy plans and they are very affordable. And they actually want you to do well, especially with these scaling plans. Okay, let's go to NASDAQ quickly. Okay guys, this is a strategy that can be used to pass your prop firm challenge. And you need to use your stop loss. You need to risk manage because that's the only way for you to pass your prop firm challenges. Okay, so as per one of my previous videos, we're going to quickly go through the last 7 days trades, or actually 6 trading days. So let's quickly go through it. We are going to still have the London session. We are on the 1 minute. So I'm going to teach you now how to risk manage, how to wait for trades and actually pass prop firms or just trade very well if you don't want to trade with prop firms. Remember to have your locks, algo, ICT kill zones onto your charts. Let me quickly show you the settings again so that you can pause the video and copy my settings. So guys, remember to pause wherever you want to copy my settings. All right, just going to go through it again. Okay, so the London low session to the London high, we are going to wait for New York open before we take a trade. Okay, New York open in South Africa is currently 3:30. Please double check what time New York open is in your country or wherever you live in the world. So what we're looking for is when it is around, when New York open is around the London high or the London low, we look for an order block on the 1 minute close to the London sessions line. So that's why I use this white line to extend the London session and wait for a retest on a recent order block or a recent opposite candle around London open. So as you can see, when NASDAQ started to move here at New York open, we can see it moved into this order block over here. So a few consecutive red candles also counts as an order block. Okay, so the beautiful thing about this strategy is when we have a trade, we have a very small stop loss. Because it is on the 1 minute, we can have very tight stop losses. But my rule is 2 to 1 risk to reward, and we're going to use a 500 pip TP to a 250 pip stop loss. Okay. So around there. There you go. So this stop loss was more than enough to sustain into this where this order block area is around here, and we hit our TP. So we already 500 pips in the profit in the last 7 days. So when a trade hits a stop loss, we already still 250 pips in profit. So you need to have your TPs always larger than your stop losses. But we are going to use to pass prop firm challenges and even trade when funded, we are going to still use this 2-to-1. Okay, so we're going to wait, comes out, plays around. We're going to wait for New York Open, find that closest order block to the London session, which you can see is here, close to the London session. That's your order block. That's where you enter your buy and take your quick profits. Let's go to the next day. All right, guys, we are here at the next day. We are going to extend this London low over here. Okay, so New York Open happened around this candle here. Now the question is, where is your order block? Where is your most recent opposite candle? So this order block over here was already retested beforehand. It is not valid. This one over here was already retested. It is not valid. So what is the one that has not been retested? So I've explained this a lot to all the students and everyone that you will not always have the most clear order block or the most clear picture ever. It's not every day going to be the same. So the closest order block to the London low is this green candle over here. And it has not been retested. It was actually retested 33 minutes past 3. So 3 minutes later, and you have your perfect sell over there. So let's delete these order blocks that were already tested and are not valid anymore. We're going to put our short tool at the bottom. 250 pips is around there. 500 pips is around there. And there you have your instant TP hit. So now we're already 1,000 pips in profit and 0 losses. So let's go on to the next one. On to the next one we go. Now this one is an interesting one. We're going to pull our London one to the right. We're going to wait for New York Open, which happens over here. And we're going to mark our order block. And what do we see here, guys? We see a trade that probably hits stop loss. And that is going to happen. And it's always going to happen in trading. You are not going to have 100% trades every time. Otherwise, we all would have been billionaires. You need to manage your risk. So you would have entered on that order block there. 500 pips is there. 250 pips is here. We can actually see that we did go into a slight amount of profit before hitting a stop loss and then eventually actually going for the buy. So now we've lost 250 pips. So we are still 750 pips in profit. Okay. On to the next one. So a very interesting one over here. We never had a break, a proper break above or below New York. We are still ranging between the London sessions. This is not a valid trade at all, in my personal opinion. I mean, later on, if you took a trade, you could have taken this one where it broke above, came in here, and hit your 500 pips. But in my personal opinion, I would probably not looked at this trade, even though it was a valid trade at 4:30, which was an hour later. So there was kind of a valid trade. You would have hit TP if you took it. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. We probably wouldn't have taken this trade. So there was one trade that we would have sat out. But still 500 pips TP. But we are still, in general, 750 pips in profit. Okay, on to the next one. All right, so we got our break below here. We're just going to extend this to show it for better illustration. We have New York Open here. We can see this very, very obvious order block over here. Close to the London line. You always want to find those order blocks quite close to the London line or the London low in this instance. We're going to use our short tool over here. We have our 250 pips there and we definitely hit our TP. So now you can see another great example. So now we 1,250 pips in profit. Another great trade, a quick in and out, especially with NAS being so choppy these last few weeks. you want to get in and out, take your profits, and you don't want to be into the market always too long. So we are 1,250 pips in profit. Now we go on to the next one, which was today. I already marked it out because I was looking at it today. We are going to take this line to the right, like that. We see that NASDAQ is moving upwards, and at 3:30 over here, we will mark out our order block over there. This is actually a very great example. It shows that it is possible to actually move into our stop loss slightly before hitting TP. There is our stop loss. There is our TP. Came down in here, gave us a little bit of a fright, went up, almost hit TP, came back down, little bit of a fright, went up and hit our TP. Another great example. So now we are more than 1,700 pips in profit. You need to go and work out on a calculator what type of lot you need to drop to, for example, pass your prop firm account with around 1,500 to 2,000 pips profit. That is the ideal way to risk manage. You want to make sure that you can take at least like 3, 4, 5, 6 losing trades before actually failing the account. But obviously, when you use a good strategy like this, you will have more wins. Or even if you have 50-50%, like 50% wins, 50% losses, you'll still have more pips profit than losses. So guys, that is a great strategy that you can use to pass your prop firm challenge and actually trade with crazy amounts of capital. Go check out 5%ers. They have great reviews on Trustpilot, a 4.9 out of 5 star review on Trustpilot. I mean, that's probably one of the best reviews I've ever personally seen. So guys, go check them out. Check out all their funding programs that they have, and I will see you guys in the next video.